The beautiful gem that is Coron. This place is really what dreams are made of. And paradise can't be paradise without good food.
We're going to rank all the places that we ate in Coron by food quality, taste, value for money, and the overall vibe.
All these restaurants are in and around Coron town, where most of the bars and restaurants of Coron are located.
Depending on where you're staying, you can walk or catch a tricycle.
Let's start with number 4, Lobster King. This is a no-brainer last place for Wade because he doesn't eat seafood, but I can't believe that I'm also ranking a lobster place as a 4th place. Don't get me wrong, I would definitely go back to this place because it is priced well, but it's not the best lobsters that I've had. Their barbecue was a bit meh as well, but the cheese sticks were good.
You can't blame them for the barbecue being meh. Their name is Lobster King. Don't go there for the chicken.
Yeah, oh, it's still alright, it's still alright. And I do apologize, I am struggling to talk because I just had my wisdom teeth removed 3 days ago or 2 days ago. And it's still a bit sore. I like though that they have different sizing and weight, so don't get intimidated if you are dining solo. There will be something for you here. The vibe was very local. It's made out of a nipa hut. It's very open space. There's really nothing fancy. The staff was smiley, very helpful, but not the fastest, I would admit. But you know, you can live with that. You're in a holiday in an island, so take your time and go slow.
They're used to people just showing up and ordering drink after drink, so they don't care if the food's a little slow.
We were hungry.
We just go to restaurants for the food.
100%. What else you go there for? We went during lunchtime and it was fairly quiet. The place is massive though, so they obviously get busy during dinner time. Understandably so, given that people would most likely do island hopping during the day.
And a few times when we went past on the tricycle at night, we did see they were quite busy. Yeah. If you want the vibe of the restaurant, definitely go there for dinner.
And it would be cooler as well because it's not air conditioned, as I said. I am very particular when it comes to cleanliness, especially toilets. And this place definitely did not pass that test.
I wasn't even game to go.
There were heaps of mosquitoes in the toilet. Like, I was actually scared for my life. I had to go. If you've been watching our vlogs regularly, it's one thing that you probably would have picked up by now. I pee a lot. I have a very active bladder and I pee a lot. So I had to go. I mean, the amount of mosquitoes in the toilet definitely freaked me out. But take that out of the equation, I would still recommend the place, even if we ranked it last.
Coming in at number 3 is Trattoria El Trove, an Italian restaurant in the heart of Coron. You can walk here from the foot of Mount Tapias, which is exactly what we did after we hiked all the way to the top of it and took some photos. We were sweaty, we were gross, but it's fine because this restaurant
is open
air and doesn't have any aircon. They've got some nice big fans on the roof to blow our BO around the restaurant.
Your BO.
But it's fine because everyone else comes there from the foot of Mount Tapias as well. The pizza here is a must. Traditional stone-fired thin crust, which Mario loves. So much so, she's giggling about it now.
I do like my thin crust.
And I had to try out the Filipino version of my favorite pasta, arrabbiata. There was just enough chili to give it a nice little kick. Definitely recommend it if you happen to be there. Of course, it's an Italian restaurant, but we're in the Philippines, so you have to balance it out a little bit. So what do? Mangoes. For the sides, we had mango shakes.
Very refreshing.
Very, very refreshing after a hike. Ranking this one at number 3 was awfully tough because the food is all really good in Coron town and there are lots of choices. But if you're in Coron and you're after some Italian food, definitely recommend Trattoria El Trove as the place for you. They're actually so popular that they now have a couple restaurants over in El Nido.
Correct. They're quite a household name in Palawan now. For second place,
Hermanos Tapas.
Hermanos Tapas. As the name suggests, it is a Spanish tapas place. And we got the usual that we get whenever we have tapas: croquettes, gambas, patatas bravas, and chorizo. Their chorizo, though, didn't quite hit the mark. They did warn us in the menu that it is homemade, which is not really necessarily a bad thing. But their chorizo did not taste anything like the chorizo that we are used to. It wasn't that tiny, but it just didn't taste like the chorizo that we are all very familiar with. They also have plenty of wine options, but Wade and I are non-wine drinkers, so we definitely passed on that.
All right. As for our number one, Poco Deli. A little excited. This was a surprise for us. This was a surprise. I'm glad you're having fun.
Okay. And then you stop talking. Wait, okay, ready. I'm not gonna say anything anymore. Stop. Wait. If you want to play games, we need to finish quickly. He just didn't sound surprised at all.
I'm kidding.
I'm gonna close this.
And coming in at number one, Poco Deli. This was a surprise for us and probably the busiest place that we went to. And you can't blame them because a big tour group had just arrived that had reserved pretty much the entire restaurant. So we had to sit outside right next to the ovens, which
Was really cool.
surprisingly was still comfortable. There was a nice little breeze. It was good. Poco Deli is a restaurant that sells pizza, pasta,
Yes.
and deli stuff. We didn't get the deli stuff. We got pizza and pasta because we didn't have enough carbs this trip yet. Mario, of course, got her favorite pesto.
It is my favorite. I love pesto pasta. I would just.
What
and
pizza?
Well, we got the pizza with a bit of a ham thing, some sort of meat. It was very thin as well.
And we also shared an oblong pizza. Handmade, you don't get perfect circles.
And we got to watch them make that pizza in the fresh oven outside, which still didn't make the place hot. It was still pretty cool. And speaking of cool,
And speaking of cool, lovely segue, their drinks are on a completely different level. What was the drink?
we had like some sort of fruity calamansi with lychee kind of drink. They will obviously see B-rolls of it, but it's super refreshing, which is perfect right after a day full of island hopping, drenched in the sun. So,
And then we don't often get room for dessert. We don't often get room for dessert. We always think about it. But here, we actually finished our meals with some lovely brownies.
You did. I didn't have any because I was too full. But you
I
did.
made space for brownies. I saw them before I even ordered the pasta, and I knew I was getting brownies.
Hope you found that helpful. If you are looking for a place to eat at in Coron, here's your list. Do like the video if you enjoyed it and found it helpful because it will help our channel reach more audience. Join us on Instagram and TikTok as well for daily updates. You can, if you enjoy that, you can watch the rest of our Philippines season 1 in here. Stay safe. Thank you very much, and thank you for watching.
See you next time.